Well, today we're out here looking at my wife's 71 Oldsmobile 98 Cotner Bevington Hearse conversion. This is her little baby. We've done a ton of work to this thing. We got it as a roller, and then we pretty much rebuilt most of the suspension, all of it in the front. Everything in the front is new. Rear springs, shocks, but we didn't do the bushings, which is something I kind of regret. But it's something that's going to get done at some point in time. She really wants to put this thing on air ride at some point in time, but yeah, we'll see if that happens. She redid the table in it. All the laminate was coming off. You can't really see it. She put new, linoleum and stuff in here. But she keeps a lot of her stuff for her shows and stuff in here at all times. So, and the interior, everything's pretty much stock. Somebody changed steering wheel and put some gauges before we got it. Put a horn on it. But we're going to work on putting new speakers. You can't really see it in the kick panels today. This car has, as far as we know, a little hillbilly, but it works. Opening the hood's a little challenging. Okay, now that we're over the challenging part, just a stock 455. A friend of mine had it. It has a rebuild tag on it, but I'm pretty sure it's all stock. Runs real good. Sure, you guys are tired of hearing me talk about JC Fuel Systems, but they built the carburetor on this thing and it works perfect. Starts up every time without any problems. Just a good all-around driving car. Got a nice turbo 400 in it, 3-speed, cruises down the highway just fine. But like I said, we're going to change some speakers in it today and get it ready to go. It needs to be washed. It's been sitting for a little while, and that's where we're at. Probably get set up with a tripod or something, but we got to try to make these speakers. We got 6x9s to fit in these holes. Those are a little smaller than 6x9s, so got to make it work. We got our speakers here, 6x9s from Kicker. We're going to put in the kick panels in this Hearse. It's got a small shim. We're going to see if that'll work first. We got this big shim we can work with, cut down whatever we need to do to make it work the way we want it to. I'm not sure what it's going to take to make it fit without magneting to the inner side of the structure on the cowl. But we got a bunch of different options here, and we're going to try to see what we can figure out works. What we're looking at here is this is a speaker that's got to come out. Got to get some screws, got to get that out, and then we're going to start seeing what kind of shimming we can do to make this work the way we want it to. We're going to have to take this and we're going to modify it. We're definitely going to cut this lower off, and we're going to go from there and see what we can do to make it fit. But that's hitting the floor. I'm not 100% happy with any way that this thing is going to fit, but we need to at least get this piece down here removed. Probably going to cut the ear off to here, but I'm not going to jump to that right away. We're going to keep working with this, trying to make this fit, at least in some respect. That's halfway decent, but I don't know with the shape of this lower kick panel what's going to happen to make it even work. And the other side, actually sadly the other side might be better. So we'll see what happens. I actually want to go look at that other side. I'm sitting here talking about it, looking at it. I actually think that's a 6x9 that's installed there versus whatever this was. So we may have to look at that other side. I'm sorry guys, we may have to go look at that other side first, see what we got going on there. As you can see, this looks like an actual 6x9, so we're going to get this apart. I'm going to put you on time lapse. We're going to get this apart and see how good the new one fits in there. And this side might be a lot easier than what I had thought it was going to be. We are definitely going to have to add this in because the output on the speaker has 3. for the mids and the highs and the lows. So I did not realize that either. I'm glad I looked at the packaging. So we're gonna work on getting this apart and see if the new one fits in there. Was an epic fail. The grill just makes it look like it's a bigger speaker. It's the same size. That makes a lot more sense. So we're gonna work at figuring out what we gotta do to make them speakers fit in here, make them fit without a problem. But now I was really hoping that was a 6x9, but these speakers are blown. They barely work. They rattle real bad. You can't hear the music. So we're gonna work at making some speakers fit. Sometimes it's just better to admit defeat. I could make this work. Don't really have the time today to make it work, but I could make those work. I'm just not going to. I'm going to go to the store, go buy some in the proper size. I got these. I'm going to box them back up. We're going to use them. We might get boxes to put behind the seat so we can put them in here. That's something we're talking about. Put the 6x9s back here in the hole, or we might put them in another project. But we're going to go get, I think those are 4x6, 4x5. I'm going to measure them. We're going to go run and get some real speakers for this thing rather than trying to make it. I don't like the way, you guys may have seen it, but it's just the way this is contoured, and the 6x9 adapter don't sit flat even if I cut the edges and stuff off like I talked. Over there, you guys saw I got it out. It looked like a 6x9 grill, and that's why we bought the 6x9s. When we looked at it, we looked at the grill. That looked like a 6x9 grill to me. And I mean, in all honesty, it's pretty close to a 6x9. Sorry, I'm a little high there. But that's pretty damn close to a 6x9. Not quite, but pretty close. And that's what I saw. I didn't realize the speaker was that small behind it. So when we looked at it, we're like, all right, they're 6x9s. Not, like I said, I think these are 4x6s. But we're going to go pick up a new set of these. These just don't sound very good. So we're going to go get a new set of these, or this size. Probably get some kickers like that we had. And make them, well, not make them, those will bolt right into these holes. And then we'll use 6x9s for something else. If they got boxes where I'm headed, I may pick up the boxes, and so that way we can install them too. We'll see how this all goes. But that's where we're at. I know when they wave the flag, especially on something like this, that it really doesn't matter. It doesn't have to have a 6x9. The biggest thing is we need some speakers that work in here that sound good. This is what giving up looks like. I looked it up online. I was going to go to one place. They didn't have any real 5x7s in stock. AutoZone had the exact speaker, part number and all, in stock. So, like I said, this is what giving up for today looks like. We're going to get these put in. We are going to buy some better ones. We're just going to get done for today. Get it done, get it working, so we at least can hear some music. And if they work for a while, they work for a while. They were cheap. We'll see how it goes.